Alright, in this video, I want to talk about a basic overview of MIDI, sharing my experience and helping you guys out if ever you have a MIDI pedal and in case you're intimidated by MIDI, you don't want to use MIDI because it's too complicated. I want to help you guys out to overcome that and maximize the features of your pedal. Because I am fairly new to MIDI. I just learned MIDI early this year, January of 2025. And now I'm using MIDI in my pedal board setups for live and recording. And I can really say that it's very fun and useful and functional. If you have a MIDI pedal, you should use the MIDI features of that pedal so that you can maximize its functionality. So I understand why we can feel like intimidated by MIDI and think that it's too complicated for your applications, because I've been there. You know, when you see all these MIDI tutorials, you see all these numbers and letters and you don't know what it means. But in my experience, there are three things that we just need to take note of. As long as we can understand and be aware of those three things, we will be able to use MIDI to our advantage and confidently program MIDI and your MIDI pedals. So those three things are the MIDI channel, PC, and CC. So PC stands for program change or patch change, and CC stands for control change. So let's talk about the MIDI channel first. So with the MIDI channel, it's similar to like a radio or a television. So if you tune into a certain channel, you'll receive whatever information is being transmitted to that channel. So similar way to our devices, if you have a MIDI controller and you want to send a message, for example, in my pedal board, I have 5 pedals that can receive MIDI. The IR200, RC, SY, OD200, and the Bridge 6. And I have set for example, the IR200, I have set it to receive in channel 1. So if I want to send a message to the IR200, I need to make sure that it's in channel 1. And you can set the MIDI channel to any channel from 1 to 16. Because that's actually one of the first concerns that I had before I started to use MIDI. I was wondering how can one pedal with one MIDI output control multiple MIDI pedals? Because these pedals are connected in series from the MS3 to the Bridge 6 to the IR, RC, SY, and OD200. And the answer is by assigning it to a MIDI channel. So even though they're connected in series, they are assigned to different channels to receive to different channels. So, and I would suggest to be organized with this, because if you plan on using a lot of MIDI pedals and you just randomly set a channel to any one of those pedals, it's going to be confusing for you. So I have set the IR200 to channel 1 because it's the first pedal that I acquired that was MIDI capable, and the RC500 to channel 2, the SY200 to channel 3, OD200 to channel 4, and the Bridge 6 to channel 5. So I have set them to receive in the channel in the order in which I acquired these pedals, so that I won't be confused. So if I want to send a message to OD200, then I make sure that I'm in channel 4. So that's what the MIDI channel is for. So let's go to PC. So for PC, that's patch change or program change. So in each MIDI device that you have, there are patches that you can save your sounds to, and depending on the pedal that you have or that you want to control, it will have different effects. So for example, the IR200 here, it's an amp and cabinet simulation. So the obvious application that I could think of when I discovered MIDI was to change from one kind of amp, maybe a clean sound in one patch, and another kind of amp maybe a distorted or a high gain amp saved to a different patch. So that's what this actually does. In foot switch number 2 in the MS3, it's actually a patch change that I've sent to channel 1, the IR200, and if I press foot switch number 4, it will change to patch number 15 in the IR200. So patch number 1, patch number 15. So when you program a PC command, a patch change command, you need to select the channel in which you want to send the message to, whatever pedal, and you select PC and the PC number in which patch you want to change to. So that's what PC means. It's very simple. So for CC, it's a little bit complex. CC stands for control change. Now we're going into the parameters of the pedal. So there are certain parameters that you can control via MIDI, and each of those parameters will have a CC number designated to it. For example, the OD200, it has a lot of parameters that you can control. You can control the drive level, the overall volume level, the 3-band EQ, and there's also a boost feature that you can turn on and off. So in the bridge 6 here, I've assigned the foot switch number 4 to control the middle EQ here in the 3-band EQ to boost it, and foot switch number 6 to turn on the boost feature of the OD200. So right now we have a distortion sound. So if I press foot switch number 4, it will give me a mid boost. And what's happening there, by the way, I'm not showing you exactly how I am programming the MIDI commands, because I'm using a Boss MS3 and a Pirate MIDI Bridge 6. You may be using a different kind of device, and also I'm using mostly Boss pedals, and you might be using like a Line 6 or a Quad Cortex. So for each of these devices, they will have different settings of where to go into the MIDI settings, or what buttons to press. So for each device it will be different, but the principles of channel, PC, and CC will all be the same. So this is just a basic overview, just to help you understand the basic sense of what MIDI is. So if you want to program CC, still the same. You want to set the channel. So in this case, it's channel 4 because we're trying to control the OD200 for this demonstration. And select CC and select the CC number. So in order for us to know what the CC number of any parameter is, in this case, the middle knob for the 3-band EQ of the OD200, that is when we will need to go into our manual to see how to go into those the information for the CC numbers for each parameter. So whatever that CC number is, you select that, and then you select the minimum and maximum value. In this case, I have set the minimum to like midway and the maximum value to be slightly boosted, so that when I press the foot switch number 4, it will give me that mid boost without turning the knobs. I just press that foot switch. Another example is the boost feature here, because sometimes there are parameters that you don't need to have a value from 0 to whatever maximum value. It's just a parameter that needs to be toggled on and off. In that case, you just need to select the minimum value to 0 and the maximum value to 127, because 127 is the maximum value for MIDI. So that's what I've done here in the foot switch number 6, controlling the boost feature of the OD200. So when I press that, so the MIDI commands that I've set here is channel number 4 again, CC, CC number of the boost feature, minimum value 0, and maximum value 127. So that when I press the foot switch number 6, it will engage the boost feature. So for CC, it's a little bit complex. There's a lot of values that you need to enter to be able to control CC. But with the PC, you just need to select the channel, PC, and the PC number. With CC, you need to select the channel, CC, CC number, the minimum and maximum value. So with those three things, the channel, PC, and CC, as long as you are aware of those three things, you will be able to use MIDI to your advantage to be able to implement them in your pedal board setups for live and recording. So that's it for the video. It's just a basic overview of MIDI, and I hope this video will help you overcome your intimidation of MIDI. And if you have a MIDI pedal, you'll be able to use it now.